So Ice Age 4 is the only movie that comes out this weekend in wide release. I don't know why. Ice Age 4 is the latest Ice Age movie. You know, we got these prehistoric creatures and it's a children's family adventure kind of thing where they're in the wild. One of the things the series is trying to do is it tries to incorporate times in history in which things happened that changed the Earth. You got Romano as this mammoth, Queen Latifah as the wife, Denis Leary as the saber-tooth, John Leguizamo's there, and then my favorite character is Scrat, the little squirrel. Those are always my favorite parts of these movies, whenever they show the little squirrel trying to get the acorn or whatever, his little adventures. Favorite character in the whole movie. And what this movie does is it shows how the tectonic plates started shifting and then the continents started drifting into various places and how that affects their family. And they're trying to get back together because they got drifted apart. I'm not really a big fan of the Ice Age films. It's like there are certain animated films that are more for families and then some that are more for kids, like say the Happy Feet movies. This movie is more for the kids. I will say though that it's not like a movie that you're gonna go and you're just gonna sit there and be like, oh my god, this is so horrible, I just can't stand my life right now. It's like when I'm watching this, I'm like, okay, I don't mind watching this. The music is really good, the CGI is nice, but I really don't give a crap about anything they're saying at all. And I was kind of thinking, there really aren't that many of these children's animated features that have made it all the way to a fourth installment. Just really Shrek. And most people think that after the second film, they kind of sucked after that. The thing is, these movies make money. They make a ton of money, they make their budget back, and more so. So they're gonna make Ice Age movies until that ends. Because these movies make money, and that's why they keep happening. This really should be called Ice Age 4 Continental Cash Grab. Now, a friend of mine, he brought his 2 daughters, alright? And he fell asleep. Now, he rarely ever falls asleep during movies. His kids, however, loved it. That is like the perfect thing that I could possibly use to explain this movie. Now, there's 2 characters in this movie I like. I really like Denis Leary as the Sabretooth. I just like him for some reason. I think he's good with the voice acting. He actually feels like, in some way, he was actually contributing something. Everyone else just seems like they were there because basically all these actors have to do is stand in a sound booth and read some lines and they get like $1 million. I think it was Chris Rock recently, and especially, he was talking about Madagascar 3 and he was like, yeah, I just basically sit there and read lines and you get like $1 million. That's exactly what he said. Wow, that blows my mind, really. But I like the Sabretooth character, you know, and then I like Scrat, the squirrel. His scenes are the best parts of the whole movie when he's hunting for these acorns. And of course, you have already seen 2 entire scenes that Scrat has in the trailers for this movie. There's a reason they use those scenes to market these movies. They're the best scenes in the movie. One of the things I did like about this movie, though, was the villainous character, this monkey guy. I thought he was pretty cool. He was actually a neat villain, even though he got introduced with a song, which is like the most cliched thing you can possibly do to introduce a cartoon villain, is have him sing some big evil song. I kind of liked his character. He was funny. He was an interesting villain. This movie has some good action sequences. There's actually some really cool action, and the score by John Powell, I could see that in like any type of movie besides this actually being a really good action score. He did the Bourne scores, you know, he's a good composer. This movie has this really, really corny subplot where the young mammoth thinks the other young mammoth is such a hot stud and she has to impress him. See, when the little mammoth people look at a giant avalanche of some kind and they say, epic! This is that kind of movie, alright? It's a family movie, but it's a kid's movie. This is strictly a kid's movie. I really don't recommend seeing Ice Age. It's just, it's kind of boring. It really isn't that good. I'm going to give Ice Age a C. There's no reason for these movies to continue except for the fact that they make a ton of money and kids love them. So if you're basically a teenager or above, I would stay away from Ice Age 4. And as always, guys, if you like this review, you can subscribe to my channel and get Stuckmann eyes.